Hello guys, and welcome to YouTube. And today I just wanted to do something that I haven't done in ages, which 11, so this is a video about 11 haunted Ouija boards caught on tape. So I have been watching a couple of different videos to do with Ouija boards. I'm not doing it myself because I think it's kind of stupid how people do that, but let's just watch the video.
Ouija boards have long remained one of the most controversial children's toys in existence, with thousands of concerned parents banning them from the home and even calling for their removal from stores. Yet, the strange and mysterious spirit board continues to be sold, captivating the minds of people everywhere, and quite possibly even their souls. Number 11. Zozo's at the Door.
So, I watched this kind of stuff because I think it's cool. But there is this one guy called Oh My Gosh TV. If you don't know that guy, check his YouTube channel out. He's great. He does all these adventures where he goes into haunted places, and finds out what's wrong with it. Alright, let's carry on.
YouTuber named G Fuel Review and two of his friends are using a Ouija board when they suddenly hear a strange noise.
What? No.
And then, a short while later, this happens.
Oh my god.
No.
Guys, this is real. I thought it was fake.
No.
The three of them rip open the door to the bathroom and find no one inside. When they turn around, they see the pointer neatly centered on the Ouija board, despite the fact that it was clearly knocked off the board when they were getting up.
Sure, nobody's here.
Get this off. Get it off.
Oh, yeah, we can't leave that alone. Come on. Alright, just to prove to you guys, nobody is here. There's nobody at our house.
They sit down and begin playing again. Soon, the spirit reveals itself to be Zozo. It starts to spell out 666 and the camera runs out of battery. They get a new camera, and one of them finds fresh scratch marks on their back.
Take a picture right now.
Was this already
Forget
there?
the video, take a picture right now.
Yeah, that was already there.
But that's fresh.
Are you kidding
Take
me?
a picture right now.
Many people have pointed out that this could have gone wrong because they never properly ended the ceremony by pointing over goodbye. Number 10. You did that. A group of girls are recording their Ouija experience in hopes of catching something interesting, but it doesn't seem to be going very well.
This is ridiculous. I'm so done.
Yeah, my arm hurts.
Guys.
There's no point. Nothing's gonna happen.
Just when they are about to give up, however, something on the other side apparently takes notice.
Well, put your fingers fake stuff.
They begin to argue and blame each other for moving the pointer. Then they become freaked out when they realize that this is no joke. The bravest one in the group asks the spirit for its name.
I told you, Jay. I told you it wasn't me.
Oh.
No, like an idea to do that.
John, it replies. He is 36 years old. They ask John how he lost his life. G-U-N, John spells. He also reveals that it happened in his home. One of the friends becomes certain that this is a joke, and she comes up with a plan to prove it.
Just say something then.
Say. Boo.
Typical ghost.
Holy crap.
Something crashes behind them as John sarcastically spells out B-O-O. Then, when one of the girls says he can't hurt them, he launches the pointer straight into her foot and the video ends. Number 9. Mellow Bird's Board. Ouija boards are
See, that's the only problem with that. If you don't do it right, or if you just do that, it's just no.
known to cause trouble all of the time, and just having one in your house can cause strange disturbances to happen. As this video demonstrates, a YouTuber named Mellowbird is recording a video in his kitchen. He leaves the room to do something for just 1 second, and then quickly comes back to grab his camera and go into the living room. He doesn't even make it past the doorway before he sees that his Ouija board is out of its box and doing something that's absolutely crazy. The Ouija board drops so quickly that you might not see it at first. Look closely and you'll see how it starts off mysteriously floating in the middle of the room, almost touching the ceiling, and then it drops straight to the floor. As Mellowbird is left to ponder the situation, a tiny orb floats down from the doorway. You can see it best when it moves across the black television screen. Mellowbird stands around for a bit and then challenges the spirit to do something else to prove their existence, but nothing happens. It appears that he's all alone again, or at least for now. Number 8. Samantha Stone is not alone. This video comes from a YouTuber named Samantha Stone, who claims to have been targeted by strange occurrences after researching conspiracy theories about aliens and ghosts. In this video, she and a friend are experimenting with a Ouija board when suddenly something from another realm apparently starts to experiment with them instead.
Oh, that's so weird.
They start off by asking some basic questions to the spirit, but soon they have its full attention, and they don't have to touch the pointer at all. Samantha's friend quickly shows that they are not using any strings to make this video.
Okay guys, I am back.
It's like nothing. It's going all the way around it.
If this pointer is real, then the ghost seems less interested communicating with them, as opposed to moving the pointer in strange and unpredictable ways. At one point, it looks like the pointer is about to levitate. Still, the spirit doesn't give them much information about who it is or what it wants. Oh, and if you think they are using magnets underneath the board, I thought the same thing at first, but then I realized that the board is on the ground. There's just no way. Number 7. Strange noises. A YouTuber named Austin Shippey is using the Ouija board with a friend. They apparently make contact, but it's not necessarily the spirit's answers that make this video haunting, but rather the strange sounds that kept coming from the background. It seems like every time they ask a question, something weird happens in the background. Perhaps the weirdest moment of all comes at the very end of the video, when they are ready to leave.
Thank you very much for talking to us. Goodbye.
There is no reason for the pointer to squeak like that. They are on a smooth surface and are not pushing down hard at all. Number 6. Orbs across Sam. This rare video was taken about a year ago. During the middle of a seance, the group is moving the pointer in a circle to clear the board when suddenly the camera woman asks,
"Can you manifest into an orb near Sam?"
There is a bit of an accent, but her exact words are, "Can you manifest into an orb near Sam?" Sure enough, a tiny ball of white light darts past the group shortly after. It could be editing, it could be a coincidence, or it could be a very polite and respectful ghost who is doing exactly as they were told. Number 5. The Possession of Carmela. This video does not include a haunted Ouija board per se, but a woman named Carmela as she is being tormented by spirits unleashed from a Ouija board. Now she is being rushed to the hospital as she says strange and evil things, her face twisting as tightly as the muscles will allow. When the emergency medical technicians tell her to wake up, she sits up and an evil spirit appears to speak through her. Carmela lets her head drop back and begins to thrash back and forth, while the spirit that's inside of her continues to say cryptic messages. The video is believed to come from Spain, but not much else is known. I highly doubt that this has been staged, because this looks like a real medical emergency, so she is probably either suffering from a delusion, or she really was ravaged by spirits. They say that you can become possessed if you do not properly banish the ghosts at the end of the Ouija board summoning, so maybe that's what happened to poor Carmela. Number 4. The Flying Pointer. This video was recorded more than 5 years ago. It shows the pointer moving around the Ouija board on its own at first, but then it somehow levitates and begins flying away. There's a good chance that this is CGI. At least, that's the only explanation that I can think of besides actual spirits. Number 3. Playground possessions. A girl named Jessie and her friend decide to try and summon spirits at a playground at 3 in the morning. The video starts off very lighthearted as Jessie plays on the monkey bars and her friend makes jokes, but soon things get much more serious. They've just barely started when they hear a strange noise and whip around.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
They shine their flashlights on the playground tubes, but don't see anything. The two friends sit back down and start again. It isn't long before they've made contact.
Is there anyone here that would like to contact us? Are you doing that?
No, are you?
No.
The spirit identifies itself only as D and refuses to say its real name at first, but then says that it is the infamous demon, Mama. Then it says that there are 3 of them, all watching. Now strange noises are happening all around them.
So your name's not Mama?
Oh my god! Didn't you hear that?
No. Mama.
Oh my god!
Apparently, their idea of summoning harmless children at a playground is turning out to be more serious than they thought. Mama starts to recite the alphabet backwards and then starts to count down the numbers, which Jessie's friend says is a way for the demon to get out of the board. Before they get a chance to move the pointer over goodbye, Sammy drops to the ground. This is what the camera records.
Oh, holy shut the up. Jessie just got possessed.
Are you kidding?
You were laughing like really weird and
Are you serious?
yeah.
Like, I don't even remember, like, playing the Ouija board.
She wakes up with no recollection of what happened. Hopefully, if this video is real, the demon left her alone after that, though we'll never know for sure. It could still be inside of her, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself again. Number 2. Jake goes to the asylum. This video comes on day 208 of Jake Paul's vlogging marathon. He is going to an abandoned asylum with a Ouija board. He's gone there once before and spoke to a ghost named Eric. This time, they want to go to an area of the asylum that they believe might be holding Eric's files. If there are any files for Eric, then it will help them verify that their last experience was real. While searching for evidence of Eric's existence, they stumble upon an old brick section of the asylum that feels extra foreboding. This must be the area where the most serious patients were kept. They start to have technical difficulties almost straight away.
Yo, did my light just... Oh, my light's flickering, my light's flickering. Stop. I'm not touching it. Oh my god, it's here. Yo.
Finally, they settle on a spot and start summoning. Jake plays a joke and pretends to be possessed, but soon snaps out of it. They go on to summon Zozo, and that's when things get really bizarre. Zozo begins counting down numbers and says, "If you don't leave without finishing the sentence." Paul asks Zozo if he can look through the pointer, and Zozo denies him permission. He grants it to his friend, however, and this is what he sees.
What?
What does he see?
You should say bye.
Why?
We should just say bye, bro.
Why? He bursts into tears, unable to describe the horrors that he witnessed by looking through the pointer. Later, he would admit that he saw a strange face looking back at him. Before we get to number 1, if you've ever been curious as to what I look like in real life, then follow me on Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT with underscores instead of spaces. I also have a Twitter at YT_chills where I post video updates. I'd really appreciate it if you followed me, and feel free to send me a DM if you have any questions or suggestions. If you'd like to see more of these videos in the future, then hit that subscribe button because I upload a new video every Thursday. Number 1, original footage. This video is, admittedly, hard to keep up with. The video is original footage from 1999 that was sent to a random station or address with no further information included. The quality is understandably low and glitches out several times. A general summary is that there's a group of what appears to be several teens drinking, chatting, and playing games. One of the games that gets pulled out is the Ouija board. Things are fine at first, and after playing with the board, a few clips pass and the doorbell rings. One boy, as well as the camera person, go to check the door and see no one is there. At first it seems like a case of ding-dong ditch, but as they're standing at the front door, the bell begins to ring over and over again. The lights flicker as well, and the camera glitches severely. After the terrifying incident, the group comes together to discuss what happened. Loud knocks can be heard from above or somewhere in the distance. The group travels through the house in several chopped up clips trying to locate the noise, but every time they're in one location, the noise can be heard in a different location.
Listen, they'll come again now. See, you hear that? And again? So, audience, whoever you are watching this, right now, I'm pretty much believing this house is haunted, and I'm pretty much believing we're experiencing it, yeah? A ghost situation.
The group even attempts to climb into the attic before the doorbell begins ringing again.
Hey man, again, see? How the is that happening?
Once they're all inside, the doorbell ringing and knocking begins again. Another sound can be heard which sounds like a scratching or clicking.
What the is that? What the is that? Jesus!
Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because I upload a new... Some people believe that ghosts exist all around us. If you've ever had personal belongings frequently go missing, felt like you were being watched, or have seen something move out of the corner of your eye, then you could have had a paranormal encounter without even realizing it. As these videos suggest, these ghostly encounters happen all of the time, seemingly at random.
Watch this, guys, and then that is it.
Chills. Number 11, just around the corner. Two girls are sharing a meal while their mother lovingly watches. It looks like a nice family moment until the girl closest to the camera notices something in the other room and lets out a frightened whimper.
What?
What?
It's okay.
I just turned off the lights, that's all.
Nobody else sees it, and they continue eating. Her sister tries to cheer the worried girl up, but she sees something again and starts to cry out of fear. Her mother asks her what's wrong, and all the girl can do is point to the other room. She stands up, no longer able to be near whatever it is that she sees, and then she runs to her mom for protection. Her sister is laughing hysterically at all of this, but then she turns around and sees it for herself.
Turn around. But you gotta listen to me. Turn around, look at me. What's the matter?
The video ends shortly afterwards, but that's not all. Some YouTubers say that they can see the outline of a figure peering around the corner just moments before the video cuts out. It's supposed to appear on the right-hand side of the doorway. Let me know if you see anything.
Wait. Oh, there. There's a six. It's more of a fridge.
Number 10. The Kitchen Crashers. This apparent apparition wastes no time completely demolishing the kitchen of a YouTuber named Chris Well. It starts at the far end of the room and makes its way forward. Things quiet down for a moment, and then the mayhem resumes, this time even closer to the camera. I will admit this video looks very realistic. I can't see any strings, and some of the things that happen, like the flying chairs at the end, would be very hard to fake. Besides, I don't know why someone would go to the effort of trashing their own house just to make a YouTube video. It hardly seems worth it. Chris Well claims he has no idea what happened that night. He is very upset, and even went so far as to personally demand answers directly from the poltergeist itself, but of course to no avail. Number 9. The Ghost Doll. This doll is supposedly 100 years old and should have no way of moving by itself. Its owner has been feeling suspicious that it could be haunted, so they sat it on a chair in front of a camera and recorded it for 24 hours. Nothing happens for a while, but then... If this was fake, then a fishing line should show up against the dark background. I'd definitely like to hear your thoughts on how this could be faked, or if you believe it's real. Number 8. The Store Orb. This footage comes from a convenience store in India, after it was captured by an old security camera late one night. An orb glows with bright intensity as it glides around the empty store at random. The next day, a group of workers watch the tapes in amazement. I normally don't include orb videos because they tend to look all the same to me, but this video looks a little different. First, it seems to match the same grainy footage of the CCTV system very well. Second, the sides of the orb appear to be shimmering in a random pattern that would be hard to fake. If anyone can translate what they are saying in this video, then please let me know. Also, tell me if it sounds like they are legitimately surprised or just acting. Number 7. Haunted Explorations. A YouTuber named Nugget Noggin is exploring an old abandoned home one evening somewhere in the deep south. He's been here only once before, and it gave him such a strange and foreboding feeling that he couldn't take it anymore and he had to leave. Now he's mustered up enough courage to come back and check out the rest of the house. He wants to get up to the second floor.
Alright, so I got this little door here to keep the air from rising up, I reckon. I don't know. Could be somebody up there. Oh man, somebody's standing on it. I sure can't lift it up.
Much to his dismay, he finds a door has been laid over the top of the stairway so that nobody can get through. He tries to push on the horizontal door. One moment, it feels as if a heavy force is standing on top of it, and the next moment, the weight is suddenly gone, and Nugget Noggin can get upstairs. Some rooms give him the same weird feeling that made him flee before. He remembers that the front door was kicked in. Possibly someone broke in. Maybe a family was living here long ago, and things did not end well for them.
Won't be able to sleep. Look, there's a light on in there. It's odd. There's a mirror. You know what time it is?
Well, at least he's gone into...
Nugget Noggin doesn't find much else and leaves. When he's reviewing the footage, however, he does notice what could be the face of a small girl. Take a look at this picture and tell me if it looks like anything paranormal to you. Number 6. Ghost Claws. The Mengier Hotel in San Antonio, Texas, claims to be one of the most haunted areas in the entire state, and there are plenty of videos to back up this statement. One of these videos involves a brother and sister who both suddenly get a strange feeling from the building and decide to start recording. They are exploring a very small and cramped area of the hotel. As they are discussing the possibilities out loud, the woman suddenly announces that she is extremely uncomfortable. You can't see it very well at first, but soon the camera zooms in and reveals 3 deep scratches along the woman's bare shoulder. They look fresh and sting badly. She says that she was simply sitting on the steps for just one moment, and the jagged marks appeared as soon as she stood up. Judging from this video, it looks as though she may have been literally cut by an angry ghost. Number 5. Ghost guests. Here's another video from the mysterious Mengier Hotel. A woman is bored and giving a brief tour of her room when suddenly a paranormal presence makes itself known.
Hello? Mike?
She waits for a tense moment, hoping that her boyfriend Mike is playing a prank nearby. When nobody answers her, she bravely opens the door and looks into the other room. Here's what she finds.
What? Nuh-uh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Something has dumped all of her possessions onto the floor in a quick fit of rage. While it's possible that she could have done this herself, it's also quite possible that this really was a paranormal encounter, especially when you consider that fires, missing things, and other strange happenings have become the norm over the years at this hotel, which was also built over the famous Alamo battle site. Number 4. Ryan. Avery is almost 2 years old. He's happily babbling away in the kitchen when his mother starts to feel a strange presence. This has happened a few times before, so she decides to start recording. Normally, her child is very quiet, but every once in a while, he will become very active and start having a conversation with someone who neither of his parents could see.
Who are you talking to?
Avery's mother finds this behavior very perplexing, so she starts to ask him over and over who he is talking to. Finally, after the 3rd or 4th time, she gets a sinister reply.
Who are you talking to?
Her child looks over his shoulder, almost as if someone is there. When he turns his back to her, a raspy voice says, "Ryan." Listen again with the sound up if you don't hear it. I guess this voice could be coming from Avery, but it sounds like it's coming from someplace much closer, almost right next to the camera. It almost sounds like a slightly different voice than Avery's. Maybe Ryan is a ghostly pal who is looking to make a new friend. Number 3. The Kitchen Mist. A man is cooking in his kitchen when a black mist appears behind him. Look for it on the left side of your screen. The man has his back turned and does not seem to notice what's going on behind him. What's especially strange is how the black mist starts to back away from the door when the man heads into the other room. Once the homeowner is safely out of view, the mist turns very dark and quickly darts in front of the doorway. No clear explanation has ever been provided, though I'd like to hear yours. Whatever the thing is, it's never been recorded again since. Number 2. Audio haunting. Okay, so this isn't a video per se, but it was too eerie to pass up. This was recorded around 10 years ago in a home in Philadelphia. The family kept hearing noises coming from the basement, so they decided to hire a paranormal team who placed a recorder down there and waited. Nothing happened for 3 days, and then at 3:12 a.m., they recorded this.
Interesting.
reporting continues to go on and on, seemingly forever. No video evidence was ever produced, but these possibly paranormal screams will continue to live on YouTube for years to come. Before we get to number 1, if you've ever been curious as to what I look like in real life, then follow me on Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT with underscores instead of spaces. I also have a Twitter at YT_chills where I post video updates. I'd really appreciate it if you followed me, and feel free to send me a DM if you have any questions or suggestions. If you'd like to see more of these videos in the future, then hit that subscribe button because I upload a new video every Thursday. Number 1. Tim's intrusion. Tim and 2 of his friends are going to explore a house that is legendarily haunted. According to local lore, this is a place where devil-worshipping members used to perform rituals, and the surrounding area has never been the same since. Beyond this information, all they know is that its general location is somewhere deep in the woods. They follow a trail and eventually come across a large abandoned house in the middle of the night. The 3 of them all get a strange feeling and instantly know that they are in the right spot. The door is open and they bravely march inside. Beyond a room filled with strange scrawlings, they find a dark room that stinks like something rotting. Dolls are hanging by their necks. Just when they are about to leave, they suddenly are approached by something that comes up from behind. A strange and unsettling gurgling noise follows them as they run out of the house and into the open night air. Whether this was scripted or legitimate is anyone's guess, only they know for sure, but even still, they may be too shaken to talk about it. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe.
Oh yeah, so as the guy said, be sure to subscribe and like this video, guys. It has been a long time. Obviously I did do 2 videos before, but I'm gonna go now and upload this video on YouTube, and I'll see you again, guys. Goodbye.